What it do? Bad Sam crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to give you guys my early predictions for UFC Vancouver, which just got announced. I wanted to think about the matchups, especially this main event, because we have my two favorite middleweights fighting for, in my opinion, #1 contendership against Khamzat Chimaev. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When I look at this matchup, I love this. I think this is a sick fucking matchup. We've got two top 10 contenders, borderline top 5 in my opinion, fighting actively, willing to risk their win streaks. Like, you've got guys back in the day like Leon Edwards, even Shavkat, sitting around waiting for a title shot, kind of hoping that their win streak, maybe they can jump in and get a title fight. Colby Covington did the exact same thing with one win back in the day. So to see both of these guys willing to risk it and fight actively and take each other on in a main event, I fucking love this matchup. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the winner of this will get the title shot ahead of Imavov. I feel like if Imavov beats Baralho and it's not by brutal knockout, I feel like he's gonna get skipped, because the UFC is not actually about who deserves it more. It's about who can we sell a title fight with more. And I feel like both of these guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't give a fuck about Imavov fighting for the belt. I genuinely do not care about Nassourdine Imavov. And I'm sorry, I feel like a lot of people will agree with me on this. He's definitely the #1 contender. I hope he gets a title shot if he beats Baralho. He deserves it. But in terms of the excitement of the matchup and, oh my God, the matchup, I really think these are the two best guys to try and beat Khamzat Chimaev in the middleweight division. These two and Caio Baralho. So I hate the fact that one of these guys has to lose, but I'm very excited for this matchup. I love this card overall. I'm going to talk about the rest of these matchups on the main card. And, you know, I like these prelims. I like that Azamat Bekov is on here as well. But I'm going to talk about the full card. The main event, like I said, I love this fight. I hate that one of them has to lose. I'm picking Anthony Hernandez. I'm picking Anthony Hernandez. I'm not flinching, dude. I know that Reinier de Ridder is in my fucking channel banner, and that's why I hate this fight, because I want both these guys to get the belt, because I think they're both capable of it. But unfortunately, Reinier de Ridder, your time has come, brother. There's no way out. I'm picking Hernandez, and I'm feeling a round 4 or 5 finish. I feel like he's going to make a statement, and I do feel like this is going to be a very competitive fight before that happens. I think this is going to be a scrappy, scrambly, high-paced fight from the opening bell. I think both these guys are going to have success against each other, hurting each other on the feet. You know, submission attempts, cool scrambles. You know, Reinier de Ridder is really crafty in the grappling. Anthony Hernandez is so tenacious, and he also has really good tricks to, you know, kill a scramble, control a scramble. He has great fight IQ in the grappling. And I give the edge to Anthony Hernandez to win this fight, because I feel like he has the bigger advantage in the striking. I think he has better boxing on the feet. He has better elbows in close. I can definitely see him rocking Reinier de Ridder on the feet. Like, I can definitely see him landing a big right hand and rocking Reinier de Ridder on the feet, pushing him back. I do also think that Reinier de Ridder is going to hurt him to the body at some point, because like I always say, Anthony Hernandez has a chinny-ass body. He is chinny to the legs, he's chinny to the body, and I feel like Reinier de Ridder is going to land a big knee to the body and hurt him at some point in the first or second round. But as the fight goes on, I feel like the classic game plan of Reinier de Ridder of just hanging on his opponent and slowing them down, it benefited him against Robert Whittaker, because I feel like he was down 2 rounds to 1 going into the 4th and 5th round, but the physicality of Reinier de Ridder really started to take a toll on Robert Whittaker. That's not available against Anthony Hernandez. If anything, I see Reinier de Ridder slowing down in this fight, because you're not in charge of the pace when you fight Anthony Hernandez. Anthony Hernandez decides the pace. He is the middleweight Marab. He's not going to get hugged up and spammed with knees to the body. He's going to land strikes. He's going to break away. He doesn't care if he gets taken down. He's not going to be inactive on the bottom. He has the speed and the grappling ability to scramble really well with Reinier de Ridder and control the pace. And I feel like as the fight goes on, he's going to be able to out-scramble Reinier de Ridder, out-wrestle him, especially in the jiu-jitsu. I'm worried for him about, you know, getting triangled or armbar or leg lock or something like that. But I think the Dolidze fight and that Dolidze camp is a very good reason to pick Anthony Hernandez. He's prepped for someone that will just roll for a submission when they take him down. right? Roman Dolidze is super comfortable off his back. Reinier de Ridder is similar, except he's a lot better at sweeping and ending up on top. And I think that Anthony Hernandez is not going to let that happen. He's going to out-scramble him. He's going to out-wrestle him. And he's not going to slow down like Robert Whittaker or Bo Nickel. They both slow down because of the body work, which will be a factor. But I also think that the physicality of Reinier de Ridder made them slow down. And Robert Whittaker, I mean, I love Bobby Knuckles, bro. I love Bobby Knuckles. I need to preface that. The Bo Nickel one, it was a glorious hate watch. I was celebrating that shit. I think a lot of it was him genuinely quitting to the body shots. I'm sorry, I just have to be honest. But Robert Whittaker, it wasn't like that. But I've seen him slow down in other fights when it gets physical. The Dricus du Plessis fight, you felt like as soon as he got taken down and got hit with some elbows, he started to kind of breathe heavily and slow down. And I don't see that happening to Anthony Hernandez. He controls the pace. He will be wrestling offensively against Reinier de Ridder. He will be piecing him up on the feet with a speed advantage, with a striking advantage. We've seen Reinier de Ridder get dropped by Robert Whittaker, get pieced up a little bit by Bobby Knuckles. I think Whittaker's going to be more active on, Hernandez is going to be more active on the feet, landing, right hands down the middle, emoting, getting in his face, ripping to the body. Early rounds, I think Reinier de Ridder is going to land a big knee to the body and hurt Anthony Hernandez and go after him, use his physicality to kind of threaten submissions in the scrambles, pin him down, similar to the Brendan Allen fight. Like, he's going to have a bad first round against Reinier de Ridder, have some good scrambles. Maybe Reinier de Ridder ends up on top at the end of the first round, landing elbows, looking for a finish. And then as round 2, 3, 4, and 5 goes on, I think Hernandez is going to take over. He's going to have higher output on the feet. He's going to be more accurate. He's going to rock RDR on the feet with the boxing combinations. He's going to start pressuring, being willing to scramble and take him down and wrestle with him and make Reinier de Ridder work for position. And I think we will see Reinier de Ridder kind of slow down. I'm not going to say he's going to outright gas out, but I think he will look tired and slower in round 3, 4, and 5 than Anthony Hernandez. And I think as the fight goes on, I'm going to say Anthony Hernandez either rocks him on the feet and drops him and follows up with big elbows, or he just starts mixing in the grappling, landing big elbows, cuts up Reinier de Ridder. And I think Reinier de Ridder, based on the losses that he has, I feel like he's the type of fighter that if he gets put on his back and he starts seeing his own blood and he starts to get a little bit tired and Anthony Hernandez is smiling at him, emoting on him, kind of marabbing him, mixing in real solid takedowns, controlling him, out scrambling him, busting him up with elbows, making him bleed. I think he's the type of fighter that when he starts to see his own blood, I think that will kind of break him a little bit. I'm not going to say he's going to quit, but I just think Anthony Hernandez is so dominant when he gets going. Once he's out of that first jittery round, if he's controlling you and out scrambling you and damaging you, he can break you. And I think he will put on a statement performance and get a finish in round 4 or 5 against Reinier de Ridder. This guy's on a fucking 8-fight winning streak, 6 finishes. He should be fighting for the belt after this fight. And I really believe Anthony Hernandez, being the younger fighter, having a cardio advantage, having a striking advantage, he is a really good kickboxer and striker as well. And against Reinier de Ridder, I'm obviously worried about him getting rocked early on, but I think as the fight goes on, he will be a better striker than Reinier de Ridder. I think he's a better straight-up wrestler. The jiu-jitsu grappling, like the grappling and the jiu-jitsu and the scrambles, they're going to be interesting, but I think as the fight goes on and as the pace continues at a very high level, usually people wilt under that against Reinier de Ridder. He's fighting someone that he cannot break in the cardio. He's fighting someone that he doesn't have to make them keep up. He has to keep up. And I think that's a recipe for disaster. So I'm picking Anthony Hernandez to win this fight. Round 4 or 5 TKO via elbows on the ground, or maybe a submission. But yeah, it's going to be a really good fight up until that point. I think this is going to be a really good matchup. And another reason why I'm picking Anthony Hernandez is I feel like Reinier de Ridder, one factor that people don't really consider, and especially against these higher level guys, he cuts a lot of fucking weight, dude. I think there's fighters that works well against. I think Robert Whittaker, having that huge physicality advantage, you're going to beat someone like Robert Whittaker if you're a former 205er. But against Anthony Hernandez, I'm not comparing apples to oranges, but seeing Michel Pereira and Roman Dolidze, these big fuckers, how badly they gassed out from the pace of Hernandez, I feel like Reinier de Ridder carrying so much muscle and cutting so much weight, he's going to not do well against the style of Hernandez, and I do think he's going to gas out once we hit round 3, 4, and 5. So, yeah, I'm feeling my boy Fluffy. He's getting the fucking belt, and he really is. I feel like he is the nightmare matchup for Chimaev. I feel like out of all of those guys in the top 4 that haven't fought Chimaev, like, I think Strickland is interesting because I know that sounds funny when he got destroyed by Dricus in his last fight, but he actually is interesting stylistically against Chimaev because he's trained with him and he's saying that he has good grappling. And I believe him. I think Strickland does have good grappling. I think we've seen it multiple times. He can defend really well. He can get back up. He can defend takedowns. I'm interested in that matchup, but I'm not interested in Strickland, if that makes sense. I don't think he wins that, but I just want to see him grapple with Chimaev. I think out of the top 5, like Anthony Hernandez has a great chance. I think Reinier Dorita would be interesting because of his size and because of his grappling. But I also feel like Chimaev could genuinely drop him on the feet. Like he is a better striker than Reinier Dorita. And I feel like Caio Borralho is interesting. And I honestly, another reason why I'm not interested in Nassourdine Imavov fighting for the belt is I feel like he just gets fucking mogged by Chimaev. I feel like Nassourdine Imavov has worse cardio than Chimaev. And I really believe, I feel like this guy got taken down by Brendan Allen and Jared Cannonier pretty fucking easily in the first round. And I'm sorry, but Nassourdine Imavov is great as defending takedowns, but against Chimaev, I'm not counting anyone as like, yeah, he's going to stuff the takedowns. I want someone that can scramble. I want someone that's going to get the fuck back up, which is what DDP didn't do. So I'm looking at Hernandez, I'm looking at Borralho, I'm looking at Reinier Dorita. These are the 3 most interesting matchups. 2 of them are fighting each other. It's a great main event, but I'm picking my boy Fluffy by late rounds finish or by decision. I could definitely see that happening. Yeah, this is a sick fight. I'm really looking forward to it. And like I said, the rest of this card is pretty fucking good as well. Like Fiorot, Jasudavicius. I'm not even mad at this. I actually like this. Usually I look at this WMMA shit at the co-main event. I'm like, come on, bro. This isn't even that bad. Am I wrong? This is actually a kind of a good matchup. I kind of lean towards Manon Fiorot just because she has great takedown defense. She can land damaging strikes in the clinch. You know, she's pretty similar to Shevchenko. They had a competitive fight. I think Jasudavicius, on the other hand, she's had some kind of like favorable matchmaking. Like she beat Jessica Andrade, bro. She beat Jessica Andrade, Myro Buena Silva, bro. I don't know, man. I'm not feeling that. You know, Erin Blanchfield, that's a good win. So I'm going to say Manon Fiorot. And she's older than Fiorot. She's 36, bro. 36-year-old prospect. We got Laronette Murphy over here, bro. Fuck that. I'm picking Fiorot, dude. Bruno Silva, Hung Sung Park. What is this guy doing coming back from getting chinned? I will pick Hung Sung Park, though. I think he's going to win that fight. I think that Bruno Silva's a little bit washed at this point in his career. But you are not here to hear me break down Fiorot, Jasudavicius. You're not here to hear me talk about the outside foot battle Bruno Silva, Hung Sung Park. You are here to hear me talk about 2 of my greatest enemies on this channel's history, Marlon Cheeto Vera, and I'm censoring the I like it's a slur. Marlon Cheeto Vera versus Eamon Zahabo for the fucking bantamweight, you know, ranked matchup of this card. You're here to hear me talk about these 2 fucking terrorists of the sport going at it. I'm probably going to pick Eamon Zahabo, dude. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually going to pick Eamon Zahabi. I just feel like Cheeto Vera, even his last win, which was Pedro Munoz, I feel like he barely won that fucking fight. I swear when I watched it live, maybe because I'm a generational hater of Cheeto Vera and his fluky fucking style, and the fans that are like, dude, Cheeto by fucking KO, man. Cheeto destroyed O'Malley, bro. Like, just the fact that this guy's such a sore winner as well, when he literally is losing every fight, then he flukes a KO. The Munoz fight, his last win was 2 years ago. I feel like he barely won that fight. Like, I remember thinking Munoz literally beat him. So I know that Zahabi's last win was a war with old man Jose Baldo, but he still showed great cardio. He showed an ability to work at a high pace. You know, he was landing fucking bombs in the ground and pound at the end of that fight after Aldo gassed out. He survived some crazy moments. He seems pretty well-rounded. He's got good striking, solid wrestling, solid grappling. I think that Cheeto is just going to get outdone at range. I think Cheeto is going to have like a patchy mix type performance where he just stands around at range trying to fluke a KO. He's like emoting, you know, trying to act like he doesn't really care. Maybe it's competitive on the feet, but then I see Zahabi being able to mix in the grappling. Like, Zahabi will genuinely just do what he has to do to win. He will mix in the grappling. He'll make it boring. He'll land good shots on the feet. If you're doing better than him on the feet, then he'll take you down, control you. You know what I mean? Like, Zahabi just seems like he has good game planning. He has good fight IQ, well-rounded, not a flukester like Cheeto Vera, whose only way to win is by robbery, decision, or by brutal KO when he's losing a fight to a midget. So I'm going to say, looking at both of the way that both these guys fight and the trajectory of their career and the momentum for Zahabi, I'm just going to pick Zahabi based on those factors. And listen, I know I'm a Cheeto hater, but I feel like there's guys he can beat in the top 15. Like, if he got matched up with Kyler Phillips, I would pick Cheeto Vera. Because Kyler Phillips gets mauled. Kyler Phillips is one of the most overrated top 15 guys. But I think Zahabi, I don't know why he's ranked at featherweight, right? I was about to say, why is he number 76 in the world? But no, it's because of the fight with Aldo, that's right. But no, I think Zahabi's pretty decent. I think Zahabi's like well-rounded. I wasn't mad at the Aldo performance. I wasn't hating on this guy. I feel like he actually went out there to scrap. He mixed in, did what he had to do to win, but he didn't make it boring. He was trying to finish the fight. He showed well-rounded skills. Cheeto Vera is a terrorist of the sport who just stands around trying to fluke you at range. So I'm going to pick Ayman Zahabi. I feel like even though he's 37, he's on a better run. He's got momentum. Cheeto has fallen off from his peak of fluking Sean O'Malley. So I'm going to pick Ayman Zahabi to win that fight. And, either way, I feel like I get what I want. I'm not going to lie. Either way, I kind of get what I want. Either Cheeto Vera gets rid of me having to pretend Ayman Zahabi is going to get, on a title run. And more likely than not, I get to watch Cheeto Vera complain after losing to Ayman Zahabi again. So this is a win-win for me as a, certified hater of both of these guys. But no, I kind of like Zahabi. I'm actually not going to hate on him that much. I think he will win this fight. The last matchup I want to talk about that's been announced for this card. And like I said, this is a great card. This is well constructed, man. You've got an important fucking main event that people actually care about. It's relevant to a fight that just happened. The co-main event, you've got someone that just fought for the belt, fighting up and coming contender from the area. The flyweight fight, I think Hyung-Sung Park is going to win that. I do think this is going to be an entertaining fight either way. It's probably going to be a finish. Cheeto Vera, Zahabi, that makes sense. I think the crowd will get behind it. Even if it's boring, that probably means that Zahabi won. So the crowd's not going to be, booing too bad. They're probably going to be happy. And opening up the card, Kevin Holland, what are you doing coming back from that last fight, bro? How is this guy back before fucking D-Rod? What are you doing? It's one thing when this guy comes back from getting submitted. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, good on Holland. Just get rid of that. Let's pretend it didn't happen. I don't like this for Kevin Holland. I feel like he's going to lose this fight, and I feel like he's going to get finished. And the crazy part is, literally, I'm not exaggerating, 2 months ago, I would have said Kevin Holland by whatever he wants. Kevin Holland could KO Mike Malott. Kevin Holland probably subs him. Kevin Holland has better cardio. I'm sorry, but that D-Rod fight is such a fucking bad look. I'm sorry, dude, what are you doing losing to D-Rod? You're supposed to be locked in. This was supposed to be 170 locked in Kevin Holland. I'm sorry, but this was maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread it. I saw the D-Rod fight as a complete layup. I genuinely felt like the UFC was like, here we go. We'll just put Holland on this card that people are complaining about. Let's just give him D-Rod. Fuck it. Let's get a Holland win. He's got momentum from the Luque and the Gunnar Nelson fights where he looked really good, especially the Luque fight. He looked great, but he did not look good against D-Rod. He didn't look good. It's not going to, I don't even think it's going to age well. At least the Rainier Derrida one, the Roman Dolidze one, those ones are like, okay, well, they're ranked, like they're top contenders. Okay, that's not too bad, But seriously, the D-Rod one, I don't see that aging well. I'm pretty sure everyone else in the top 15 would beat D-Rod at this point. Even unranked guys, I'd pick them to beat D-Rod, a lot of them. And I don't like that for Holland. I don't like how he lost, which is getting chinned brutally in round 2. Coming back, going to war with fucking D-Rod. It was an entertaining fight, but it just, to me, spelled the end of Holland's got all the skills, he's got all the tools he needs to be a champion. The biggest thing that Holland had was the activity, the chin, which helped him be active, and the grappling. In that fight, he got out-grappled, he got chinned, he got, he got takedowns, he looked good with the wrestling, but he got outstruck, his defense got exposed again. And it just signals to me that he is declining. He is declining. He's falling off. And I think Mike Malott, the way that he fights, I don't think he's spectacularly good, but Mike Malott is pretty decent. I feel like Mike Malott is similar level to D-Rod. Like Mike Malott, I think the way that he fights, which is long and rangy with kicks, like he's just going to be front kicking to the body, leg kicking Holland. I see Holland getting frustrated pretty quickly and trying to rush it. And I feel like this whole thing is like, I'm just going to get straight back into it, man. Fuck that loss. I'm just going to get straight back into it. I don't see Kevin Holland as the type of guy that's like, I'm going to make wholesale changes after that. I see Kevin Holland as, I'm just going to come in and beat up this guy in Canada that lost to Neil Magny. I would never lose to Neil Magny, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like he's going to get frustrated with the kicks of Mike Malott and just the patience and the game planning of Mike Malott of just, even though he's not spectacularly good at anything in particular, I think Mike Malott has big power in the hands. I think he has good kicks. He has solid fight IQ. He's worked on his cardio and seems like he kind of knows how to pace himself a little bit better and just let his opponent come to him. And I think he's going to do that to Kevin Holland. I think he's just going to leg kick. I think he's going to move around at range, hands up, feinting. I think Kevin Holland's going to try some big rangy bullshit. And I see Kevin Holland rushing into exchanges and getting hit with big punches in the pocket. And I feel like Kevin Holland could get subbed in this fight. I could see Mike Malott kind of rocking him. Holland goes to shoot. Mike Malott jumps on a guillotine because he does have a pretty nasty guillotine. And I feel like Mike Malott is at a point in his career where he's on an upwards trajectory. Kevin Holland's on a downwards trajectory. He's not a chinny old man, which is genuinely, I feel like, the type of guys that Holland does beat at welterweight, which is just unranked. You're chinny. You're kind of old. You're good at one thing, but you're not good at everything. Mike Malott, he's younger. He's pretty well-rounded. He's not coming off getting chinned brutally by D-Rod multiple times. I think Mike Malott wins this fight either by submission with the guillotine or by unanimous decision where he rocks Kevin Holland a couple of times. He just kind of plays the long game and just cruises to a decision. Kevin Holland has some moments in round 3 or something like that. But yeah, I'm going to say Mike Malott wins this fight. And yeah, dude, I'm interested to see what Holland looks like. Because like I said, I feel like this is a different situation to some other losses where he's come back quickly. But hey, all in all, I'm very excited for this Vancouver card. I cannot hate on this. I got to give the UFC their props. The Brazil card in October is also coming together pretty well. So this is looking like a good fucking lineup, dude. October is looking great, man. We got this card. We got the Brazil card. We got 320, 321. So I'm looking forward to these fights. I think this is a huge deal in the middleweight division. I'm hoping that whoever wins this, maybe I'm biased. I hope that whoever wins this, they get a finish and they jump Imavov. Because I'm sorry, but I'm not going to... I don't want to sit through this fucking Abu Dhabi card where I have to pretend, like, I don't know, man, Imavov, maybe Imavov... Like, I'm sorry, I do not feel any intrigue whatsoever towards Imavov versus Chimaev. I'm more intrigued by the prospect of one of these guys versus Chimaev. I'm even more intrigued by fucking Usman coming up to middleweight and fighting Chimaev again. Like, genuinely, I just think stylistically, Imavov is the number one contender. He is great. He has good takedown defense. He has good striking. I think he could beat a lot of these other guys in the top 5, but against the champion, I want to see someone that I think could beat him. And I don't think Imavov is that guy. I think Hernandez could be that guy. Genuinely. So I'm going to pick Hernandez to win this fight. I think he's going to have a cardio advantage, striking advantage. But hey, let me know your opinions in the comments down below. I'm sorry I was like a day late to this, but I'm going to be honest. I was just happy with the Rage Bait tier list. So I didn't want to, kill that video with another video talking about a fight night in October. So hopefully you guys are happy with this video. Let me know your predictions in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime in May. I will be dropping my UFC Shanghai predictions this week as well. So stay tuned for those. I'll see you in the next video, man. Goodbye.